All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, are two great kings, the gods that the King James Bible speaks of, which again, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world of ignorance calls Christ. True name is Yahweh Shai. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down that rule and teach well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, in all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson or however long the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I want to name the video, You Jakes Still Ain't Dancing to the Right Song. All right. And Lord wills, brothers can see on the screen, the inspiration for this lesson comes from this article that I have here from the Washington Post. And this is for fair use purposes only. I'm not using this for any monetary gain, just for educational purposes only. Fair use, fair use. And it says, the rise of daytime dance parties. It says, in an outside club, people are letting loose long before the sun goes down. All right, and I'm not going to read the article. All right, but I'm going to just stroll down to this picture here. All right, it says dancing on the waterfront in Georgetown. All right, as you can see right here, it's two Jakes, Israelite man and an Israelite woman. All right, getting down with a bunch of other people, because I don't know if they're Israelites or not. But I have to see. We have to see how they dance. But yeah, you see clearly right here, it's a Jake man here and a Jake woman here. You know, getting down. All right, dancing to the wrong song. I don't know what song they're listening to, but I know for sure they're not listening to the best song to ever exist, which is the words found in the King James Bible, which the Lord compares to music. All right, but you have Songs of Solomon, you have the Psalms. All right, so the Lord compares His words to music, and they are like music. All right, but these same Jakes here, all right, these same two Jakes here, all right, they'll be, coming out of a restaurant or coming from shopping or whatever on a Saturday, see the men of the Lord on the highways and the hedges, all right, piping unto them, all right, blasting music, playing the good music, which again are the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, the words found in the King James Bible, and they're being sung the correct way, and they'll just keep right on walking, all right, instead of stopping and spiritually dancing, spiritually getting down to the words of the Lord. Now, of course, people don't physically come out there when we're speaking and start busting a move, all right, but you're supposed to hear this word and you catch a rhythm. All right, spiritually you bob your head to the beat. Spiritually you break dance. Spiritually, you whatever, jig or whatever. All right, spiritually, meaning it's just meaning that you're getting down with the word. All right, you're listening to it. All right, and you're just again busting the spiritual move basically. All right, again not physically, but meaning you hear the words. It's like a lovely song unto you, like the scriptures say. All right, you're sitting there, you're listening, and you're just grooving to it. You accept it, you like it. All right, and you should want or desire to hear more of the song. So then you come back. All right, you listen on YouTube if you're an Israelite man. All right, you build yourself up, and then you learn the words to the song. All right, so you can spiritually dance, so you can spiritually groove to the words of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right, but again, these same two Jakes here, all right, these same two Jakes, all right, will be coming out of the mall, coming out of some store, see the men of the Lord, and keep right on walking. But for stuff like this, a party, the rise of daytime dance parties, all right, and it's all so-called escape. I get it, but the problem, things ain't gonna get better here in America, man. You niggas out there can try to avoid it all you want, pretend like it ain't happening. All right, continue to party, continue to drink, be married, giving into marriage, like the scriptures say. But the problems in America ain't gonna get the things in America ain't gonna get no better, man. All right, the scriptures speak about if it were possible to heal this place, it would have been healed in the book of Jeremiah. This place is done. All right, so you can party and pretend like you're having a good time. You might even be having a good time, but at the end of the day, reality will always set back in. This place is done. Finito. All right, finished. And if you niggas was wise, you get down and learn this song. All right, before it's too late. And time is running out. The clock is ticking. All right, so let's start here. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song. Right, when we're out there speaking the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, we're singing a lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. But they hear thy words, right? They hear the words of the Lord. All right, but they do them not. Right, you have some jakes that'll come up, listen, and agree with what we're saying. All right, but at the end of the day, like the scripture say, they do them not. Meaning they'll agree. They either agree or disagree. Some of them agree, and then you never see them again. All right, but this could be going on down the street, and they'll flock to this. This is a party. All right, but when it comes to hearing the word of the Lord, they want nothing to do with it. For they hear the words, but they do them not. And when it comes to pass, it says, lo, and lo, it will come. Then they shall know that a prophet had been among them. Right, then they'll know that a prophet had been among them. All right, then they will know that a prophet had been among them. And you niggas are about to figure that out when all hell breaks loose. All right, because all hell is getting ready to break loose in this place. St. Matthew chapter 11, verse 17. This is the Lord Yahweh Shah speaking. All right, let's start at 16. Matter of fact, 15. St. Matthew chapter 11, verse 15. And he that have ears, let him hear. Let him hear. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? And all this generation is about is partying. All right, shit like this. All right, millennials and Gen Zers. It's all about partying. All right, ignoring the signs of the times, because we're clearly in the end times, but the majority of people ain't moving like it. And this is proof. This is proof. All the shit that's going on in the world, all the stuff that's going on in the world. All right, this is what Jake is into. All right, but the scriptures speak about them partying and having a good time until the end. So really, it's just prophecy. But all the signs are there that this place is coming to an end, and this is what Jake is into. Dance parties in the daytime instead of dancing to the correct song. Salakia. I gotta figure out how to turn that off. Salakia. This is St. Matthew chapter 11. Back in St. Matthew chapter 11, verse 17. This is the Lord Yahweh Shah speaking. Verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the market and calling unto their fellows and saying, we have piped unto you. And how do we pipe unto you? With the words of the Lord. All right. We're playing instruments. We're singing, so on and so forth. And ye have not danced. Right. And ye have not danced. And we have mourned unto you, and ye have not mourned. Right. So we piping unto you, again, singing the words of the Lord. Again, playing instruments, good music, playing the piano, flute, drums. All right. Got good singers, good singing and all that. All right. But the majority of Jake don't dance to it. And we understand, too, that that's prophecy as well. All right. But It's just so that's why the Lord said, man, you know, when judgment comes, there'll be no cloak for their sin. There'll be no reason for their sin. All right. Because like we just read in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, the Lord spoke about, then they should know that a prophet had been among them when the whole deal goes down. And it's getting ready to go down. All right. Jacob's trouble is quickly approaching us. And this is what Jacob's into. And that's why Jacob's going to get caught with their pants down. That's why they're going to get caught with their pants down and perish in the day of vengeance. Which the day of vengeance is coming very soon. All right. But again, you know, we understand that, you know, the majority of Jake's mind is going to be or stay in the house of mirth, which in that they're going to get destroyed because their heart or their mind, which the heart is your mind, all right, is in the house of mirth, which is going to get them slaughtered. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7. All right, verse. Matter of fact, let's go here first. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 4. There's a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Right, we're in the time of mourning. All right, and the scriptures say the heart of the wise is in the where? The house of mourning. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than one's birth, than the day of one's birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning. All right. The house of mourning is where? All right. On them highways and hedges. All right. When the Zaquania Menaki them out there speaking, that's the house of mourning. All right. Then to go to the house of feasting. Right. And this is the house of feasting. All right. This is a house of feasting, which will get you slaughtered. All right. Get you killed, destroyed. Then to go to the house of feasting. For it is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart. Right. So again, scriptures speak about a time to dance and a time to weep. We're in the time of weeping. All right. We're in the time of weeping. All right. Being symbolically just meaning to be in a more serious mindset. All right. And the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart, which is your mind, again, is made better. Right. Again, when you're in a more serious mindset, you're on alert, you're paying attention. All right. Think these fools right here are paying attention to anything? No. They ain't got a care in the world right now. And with all the shit going on with mass shootings all over the place, to be in some shit like this anyway is dangerous. One Edomite, one devil out there could be in a tree, hanging out in a tree somewhere in the bushes or in the grass, laying in the grass, waiting to snipe people. All right, it's shit like this. Well, I think it was in North Carolina, or where it was, like a few hours ago, or was it yesterday? All right, you had a mass shooting. There's mass shootings all over the place, going on all over the place. It was really dangerous to be in large gatherings like this, especially where there's no security or anything. There's no security out there. I bet there ain't no security out there. This is something where people get picked off at. All right. So it's better to be in a house of mourning, spiritual house of mourning. All right, which is to be in this truth, because again, you're in a more serious mindset. All right, and you're preparing your mind for the day of evil, which again is quickly approaching us. All right, but again, we understand that most Jake's mind is going to stay in this place. All right, which is going to lead to the death. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verse 9. Rejoice, O young man, in thy youth, and let thy heart cheer thee in the days of thy youth, and walk in the ways of thy heart, and in the sight of thy eyes. But know thou that for all these things Yahweh will bring thee into judgment. Right. So the Lord said, yeah, do whatever you want to do. Go to dance parties, go to clubs, go to whatever. All right, but at the end of the day, the Lord's going to bring you into judgment. All right. Verse 10, therefore remove sorrow from thy heart and put away evil from thy flesh. For childhood and youth is vanity. And that's what this is, childhood and youth. All right, which is all vanity. All right, so you jakes are dancing to the wrong tune, man. It's supposed to be dancing to the words of Yahweh while Yahweh shot. All right, especially if you're an Israelite man. All right, you're supposed to be learning this song. This the scriptures speak about in the book of Revelations. All right, no man can learn this song, say the 144,000, which are all men. Especially this guy, he's supposed to be learning. There's nothing wrong with this guy. He's supposed to be trying to learn the words of the Lord. And his woman, I'm assuming this is his woman, supposed to be following him. All right. But yeah, you Jakes are dancing to the wrong tune, man, and it's gonna get you slaughtered, man. It's gonna get you out of here, man. All right. Supposed to be dancing to the correct tune, being in the house of mourning. All right. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors again to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you, brothers, that push this truth and sincerity. It's a lot here for the pause there. I was just looking at something else. Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. A whole lot going on. All right. But, Shalom.